This is Justin AMZN on Thursday, December 20th, 2018. Take a look at pre-market. Today was just a continuation of being sideways from where we left off closing and just still the same range. If you take this line as kind of the upper end, from these candles and it poked above it a little bit, and then came down into the lower wicks here. That pretty much, 1480 or so is probably the low of that range. And so, this is kind of where we're opening up, just right here. It's still kind of down. I mean, we got really just a tiny bit lower than yesterday. But we're way down here. We're not even in between these four lines. We're nowhere near this downtrend line. It just looks like this has been kind of after hours and pre-market stair step. Maybe in an hourly or a 30-minute chart or something, just stair stepping through here, just pausing, consolidating, and it's likely to just continue with just this movement sideways like this. If it bounces, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistances on its way up. It's like there's a lot above it. And then, we'd be retesting some of these lows if we even got that high. Like these will be places that people will be wanting to short again. So, 1528 is really the highest we could get to before we run into a lot of trouble here. So let's step into the day and see what happens. So right off the bat, we put in a new low from yesterday, and then we rally. And we are running up, and we're really getting right back into these upper wicks in here. This time being bullish, tiny upper wick here, and actually pokes slightly above. I think this high, 1507.23. This one, 1506.58. Okay, so almost to this wick, not quite there. So let's see if we get any more continuation. A little bit of pullback right back into 1500. It's kind of a retest from above. Okay, and then we break down. We pull back through it. We throw a lower wick. That's okay. You kind of see maybe this is a double bottom in here, rally, then a retest back down to sort of a neckline. No, it's not really looking very clean. And I always want small candles. So again, a couple. Oh, no. I was going to say, get a little bit of smaller candles, but now it just breaks out again. This will probably come right back to 1500 again as well. There it goes. Right back into that. It's making an attempt to get up to 1514. And it just keeps coming right back to the 1500. Yeah, I'm really just seeing this as the same kind of relative highs as this one. Slightly higher lows. But now this candle, really looks like it's breaking down from this pennant here. And so let's zoom in more on what we're seeing here. Declining volume, and then this breakdown, you get a little bit of spike in volume to the bearish side. Small candle, I like that. I like that small candle. Indecision, high wave. You're kind of doing this higher lows, slightly higher highs, relative highs. Kind of holding through all these wicks. These ones here and these here. So, you could really set this up to go bearish below and a stop here to be really aggressive, or probably a stop. I'd probably go with a stop like 1506 up here in case there's a chance that it could come up to 1503, push, higher than this one. Hopefully, doing 1506 will, use some of the resistance here. Are these tweezers? The high and the high. Pretty close to tweezers, about a quarter apart. Okay. Slightly higher wick, nice inverted hammer. So small candle, inverted hammer. I'm liking this entry bearish here by a stop. Yeah, above 1500 at least. And that looks like it's breaking down. Cool. So likely triggered on this candle. This candle probably went up and pulled back down and then rallied back up to this price near the open. We've got a squeeze forming here. That's cool. Okay, here's a little bit of bounce. This looks like a Morningstar reversal right back into this range. And inside and starting to break down again. This kind of looks like a triangle forming here. Lower highs here, slightly higher high there, but I mean, mostly just relative lows. But you know, we're back down to the bottom range here. This 1480 area that we were talking about, support here, 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 here. We really need to just break that to continue lower. So you could be in from up here, in which case, you know, we'll take a look at options, but you can probably move your stop a little bit down, or you know, do it after like an hour or something, and you know, move down somewhere above one of these upper wicks. Not too tight, because I mean it could push up a little bit higher, but we're looking right now for a rollover. We got a squeeze forming, so we could get one soon. Here's another inside. So we had an inside candle here, much larger bearish candle, inside candle here, small bearish candle, sort of a hammer-ish sort of look to it. But you know, we're making lower highs here. Still an inside candle there. It's a nice little rest. Okay, there you go. There's the breakdown. New low on the day, breaking below 1480. Close to a shave. Yeah, close to a shaved bottom. This is either where you're in or where you are, you know, really tighten up your stop, because this looks like a great break. I mean, this kind of looks like a triangle here to then break down. If we get any kind of retest to 1480, that'd be a great place. So quick move down to 1468.83. Our line is at 1468, so that's a nice target to have. Take a little bit of profit there if you're already in from up here, and continue move. Oh wow, move right down from line to line. We did that the other day. I remember line to line, just quickly. Nice high wave candle there. Inside candle. This is where, I mean, if you haven't taken any profit, I mean, you could really lock in gains with a stop right here and just trust the analysis that you want this to roll down some more, even though it's an L line. We're only 5 bars in, so we should continue. If you're nervous on that, just set your stop and get ready to be stepped out. If you're not as nervous, keep your stop up like 1475 or so. Okay, and we do break down. Nice breakdown. Okay, so obviously the flag came on here low. This is the low of the day. But a really nice setup here. We moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we moved 8 candles bearish, and then have this one come in with a little bit more bullish, lose that momentum. So really we got 8 candles of momentum, or 8 candles were after the squeeze there. And so, you know, now it doesn't have to just rally out of this. It could just kind of retest some and roll back down. If it does rally, you know, expect that to pull back again. You know, quick move up to like 1470, roll back down, and just kind of chop around. It just needs a little bit more time to rest. I mean, after each of these moves, and then this just breaking down and going like straight down for an hour, you know. So yeah, we get a little bit of a rally, comes up into the pivot. There you go. I like how that kind of pull back. This is a mini S curve in here going bullish. And then this is a bigger one going bearish, but we've already done that so many times, you know, this into this one, this S curve, you know. So, you know, this time we break out, looks like a double bottom, should retest or continue back down lower if it's going to lower. So that's a nice upper wick there. Nice small candle right around 1470, 1470 up here. So a little bit off from that. This is your retest of that knife line, but I like this more as an evening star reversal for it to come back down some. And then this move to this move looks like a really nice kind of flag with like an ABC sort of pattern. So, I mean, yeah, it's continuing back down. Okay, now we retested this price from below. Squeeze forming, just sideways. Squeeze really forming, that's weird. It's just so sideways through here. Consolidating everything. I would get ready for a bracket trade with this, like 1460 by 1450, there you go, or 1450 by 1460, something like that, to look for a continuation lower. So let's see what happens. Wicked in, Man, this is not going anywhere. It's just so sideways. So whenever they're sideways like this, something's going through some consolidation. All the people who missed up here are looking for a triangle breakdown here to get in. But this was kind of I think the last gasp. This is probably the longest we've gone sideways, just waiting for something. So people are getting impatient. Nice lower wick here. The low is 1434.08, really close to these lows, but it's a really strong hammer. So with this kind of move, this kind of curving roll into a hammer, it could really run. So we should actually touch this price at 1468 from down here. So you can go ahead and trade it like that, or just get a plan in place to get in on a hammer like that. So nice squeezed form in here, and then we do start to break out. Look at that right there in the line. 1468.48. And our line's 1468.48 cents away from that. That's pretty cool. Break out, pull back on it, start to roll back down. Nice little bullish candle in here, touching both. That kind of looks opposite of this. So where this was, we kind of paused and then overshot, retested, and rallied. This is, from here, we had already just come out of a retest from here, and we're down near the same price. It's almost like it's mirrored in the middle, just not having this bigger move, but pull back and rally, and then another pullback. This would have been, a new low, rally, pause, rally. So obviously I'm describing it in reverse, but I'm just seeing some things kind of show up. This is kind of one of those like inverted plateaus. I wonder if there's enough going on down to it and up from it to kind of limit that. So anyway, continuing on, and just a lot of choppiness. Nice little hammer. There you go. Buy that one. Oh, it was right at the close. Never mind. You're not going to be buying that one right at the close. Oops. Okay. If I could click this right. There we go. All right. I guess we should look at this candle here in the put, 11:30. And then this candle at 10:05. 11:30, 10:05. Okay. So if we go look at the put, 11:30 was this one. A little bit of a wider range. Would have been hard to trade that one. And then 10:05 was this bigger candle. Again, bigger range. Okay, might need to go a little farther. This is the 1400 call, the last one, the 1450 call. Just looking for some small candles. Okay, 2 by 3 or 3 by 2. 10:05 should have worked. Filled on that candle, and then just wait till it gets into from here. Wait till it gets into this next line. So that was happening when this one closed out at 10:30. Oops. So 10:30 was this. So you probably would have been getting in 3 by 2 and a stop up here, or I'm sorry, a target up here at like 6. So that would have been 3R. I mean, had you held on longer, it would have just rallied. But that would have been a nice little, or yeah, 3R. Yeah, 3R. So that would have been cool. Let's come back in here to see where else could have been buying off of the low here, down at that same price range. So let's see what that is. That's 110. So we'll look at the 110 candle. Okay, we're gonna have to find something closer to the stock price because this hardly moved. So let's go with the 1500 call and see how that shaped up. What time candle we're talking about? That one. 110. So look at the call. 1500 at 110 was this candle, low of 225. Yeah, this is kind of throwing off the skew. This is showing a much wider range, but then down here, just really quieted down. But you could have been buying here. Well, these are wider than $1 because they're so close. Okay, maybe done 4 by 3. No. I don't know if this one would have worked. It would just would have been hard to get filled on this with this option. So anyway, looks like we're gonna rally a little bit more tomorrow. Maybe retrace some of this. We'll see if we come up into any of these lines and then roll over. But yeah, the idea of inverted head and shoulders. This one is really low. I mean, it's almost as low as the head, and then this one was a little bit further away. So that's why I was looking for this low to hold yesterday, for this really to play out like inverted head and shoulders. But you know, this candle was technically a bearish golf and go. This one's a bearish retest. It retested. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see which way it goes. Obviously, I'd like to see it bounce and rally, but I don't know if that's going to happen. If we take out the low, I mean, I don't have many lines left. I'm gonna have to get some practice in and drawing lines. But if we get down into 1300s, upper 1300s, that would have been quite a retracement. I think down here was, gosh, was it 25 or 30? I don't remember what pullback it was to go from this high all the way down to this low. But you know, we're doing something similar, just a lot quicker. So yeah, we'll see if we pause soon and start to reverse. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.